Welcome to the design guide for the new HTML wallpaper or Rails ad unit. So to start off, as an overview, the wallpaper ad unit is basically a unit that allows you to take over the background HTML of your website. So that would basically be anything that is underneath the main content. So you typically have content, navigation, ads, etc. And it's going to be it's going to take over the area that's visible to the left of your website and to the right of your website. Additionally, if you have areas of your website like here and here that happen to be translucent, it will also allow you to show through, so you can do some interesting things design-wise if your website is configured like that. But the majority of websites have a solid block basically from here all the way over to here, and this will allow you to basically not only design something for an advertiser to sponsor to the left and right hand side of your page, but it's also going to be a clickable unit that you can click on as well. So the way we best practice for creating this ads is to start out by taking a screenshot of your website. And this is going to allow you to basically use Photoshop or your photo editing tool to correctly design the image that's going to live behind here. So we're going to start out by taking a screenshot and then coming over here to Photoshop, and I'm going to go ahead and open up that screenshot that we just took, which looks like this. First thing I'm going to do is basically crop this image down so I only have my core website here. And then what I'm going to do is blow this up a little bit and basically crop this so that I only have the website content. So I'm basically going to crop this down so I just see the exact, basically crop it to the exact width of your website. So I've done that here. And now I just have the website component, and now I'm going to take a look and see what the image size is. So this, my website here in this example is that exactly 990 pixels wide. So what you want to do to design the image now is basically expand to the left and right. So we're just going to basically make a larger image. We're going to increase the canvas size here. And let's say we want to make it 200 pixels wider on the left and right. So we're going to add a total of 400 pixels here, making it 1390. And so now basically what you're looking at is this area here and this area here is where you're going to want to design your web content. So the easiest thing to do, I'm going to copy and paste this into a new ad container. I'm going to do the same thing, make my canvas size a little bit larger, 1390. And again, you could make this even larger if you want. It really just depends on how big you want those rails to be. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new layer now. And if I make my new layer, basically here's where the area I have to design in now. If I just want to paint over here, basically anything from here to here on the left side and anything from here to here is where I have to design content on the right. So I could get rid of that middle image, and now you're basically left over with this area to design in and this area to design in. And for best practices, you typically want to leave your middle as a transparency just to keep the weight of this file down, because it could get pretty heavy if you fill in the middle. So typically you're just going to put your design in here on the left and right, and then save this as a GIF or PNG file so it preserves the transparency and keeps the file as lightweight as possible. So I'm going to come over here now to one I've already designed now for our website. So this is basically what your final image is going to look like. Your design in the right rail, your design in the left rail with a transparency in the middle. It's going to be designed so that this the right edge here and the left edge match up and are flush with your core content directly. So once you have this image ready and saved, we're going to come now over to our Impact Engine ad builder, and you'll see for this ad it's very simple. There's basically one image. Your wallpaper image can be any size you like, JPEG, PNG, GIF, and we can go ahead and upload that here. I've gone ahead and done that, and so when I preview this ad unit, you're going to see my wallpaper ad here. is, and my window's a little small here on the preview, but basically when you preview it, obviously you're not going to see your website, you're just going to see a blank space in the middle, but this allows you to see that image previewed here with your left rail and your right rail. So that's basically the first step, is getting that into the system. And then next step is coming down here, colors. All we really have is a custom hit area test mode color. Click-throughs, you can have up to 4 click-through URLs and hit areas. So you're typically going to do for this ad is set up a hit area for, sorry, let me expand this again. You're going to set up hit area 1 that's going to live on top of the left image, and hit area 2 that you're going to position on top of the right. Now these wallpapers, this wallpaper unit is going to be centered on your page. So most people have a center justified website, and what that means is when you expand and contract your browser window, the website always stays centered. So when you're dealing with the hit areas, they're going to be an offset off of the center line of your page. So what does that look like? Well, you can obviously set up your multiple click-throughs. You're probably just going to use the first 2. And when you come down here to settings, your only settings are really revolving around those hit areas. So let's say I want to activate custom hit area 1. I want to make it 200 pixels wide by 1,000 pixels tall, which is generally what my, let me go ahead and select a wallpaper unit that I want here. So I have my hit area at 200 by 1,000, and then my offset is going to be how many pixels off that center line to the right or to the left do I want this to go. If I want it to go to the right, I'll make it a positive number. If I want it to go to the left, I'd say negative 500 pixels. So right now this is going to be 500 pixels to the right, 0 pixels off the top. And I'll just start with that first one and come down here to the bottom and say turn on testing mode. And this is going to let us make sure that the hit area is aligned perfectly. So what I see here is, okay, I've got that set up, it's aligning on top of the area, but I bumped it too far to the right. I need to subtract about 5 pixels off of that. So I didn't quite get it right. I just come back here to my settings and say I want it to be how far to the right. Let's say 495 instead of 500. Re-preview the ad here. And now when I expand this window, it should overlay perfectly. Now my hit area is living exactly on top of my right rail image. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing for the left rail. So we're going to activate custom hit area 2. Yes. Again, we'll do the same thing, make it 200 pixels wide by 1,000 pixels tall, which matches my left rail image perfectly. And now my horizontal offset, we're going to make this negative. And so while you would think, since the first one is 495 to the right, would you make the other one 495 to the left? Well, the answer is no. The reason is they're both going to be positioned starting at the middle and over to the right. So your both images started with their left edge matching up with the center of the ad. So what we're going to need to do is add negative 495 plus the entire width of whatever your rail is, which is 200 pixels. So it's going to be 695 negative to the left in this case, which is what we just set up here. So if I preview my ad and we've done this right, we now should see my left, and there's my right rail, there's my hit area 2 living on top of my left rail perfectly, and voila, that's your ad set up and ready to go. Obviously you're going to come here to the bottom and turn off testing mode before you deploy this, but obviously these are ads you always want to deploy onto a test page to test before pushing them live, and that'll let you just double check that everything's aligned properly on your left and right rail. So to do that, as always, we come over here to our campaigns. We'll scroll down and grab my new wallpaper campaign. We'll click on get ad code, and you're going to go through the normal process of deploying this ad on whatever ad server you want. Let's use DFP in this case. Copy and paste this ad tag into your ad server and go ahead and deploy it out onto a test page, and that will instantly show you on that test page if everything has aligned. If you've done your job correctly here in Photoshop and correctly measured your site width for content, then your rails should show up just like they do here in the preview. As always, if you have questions, you can call us at 866-467-2289. Thank you.